resistance to practicing presence, everybody has. Everybody, I don't care who you are. And if I go back 20 years, okay, and I say when I'm doing 3 breaths every hour, and it would almost seem like when it was time to do the 3 breaths, I was tracking it myself, obviously. It was like, if I breathe, I'm gonna be missing something, okay? And it was right. What I was gonna be missing is all the misery I cause myself when I'm unconscious, okay? And again, when we say, well, I've said to myself, I don't have time. But when I say I don't have time, then I say to myself this, what I'm really saying is I don't have time to stop all the inner negativity I'm going to create in an unconscious state. And that's exactly what happens to all of us. And we're all the same, believe me. But here's what it is. As you practice presence and you start to actually experience this inner change, guess what? It becomes pretty effortless. It's not something that you're going to say, well, no. And the other thing is, make sure this, when we practice presence and we get an hourly reminder, that little ping, okay? The mistake that most people make initially is they breathe mechanically, meaning they're breathing and thinking at the same time. When you breathe, as we tell you on the app, it's a big change. And I'll tell you why I knew the app was going to be successful. My wife has been practicing presence with me all these years in the morning practice, okay? And she'd go for a week, miss a week, 3 days, miss 4 days, come back and forth. About a year ago, roughly around a year ago, when the app was finished and did the morning practice, she has not missed one morning practice using the app in the last 12 months. It takes the resistance out of doing it. And that's what makes it so beneficial to each of us. But ultimately, the benefit is we know we don't want to stop experiencing God's spiritual energy within us. It's really that simple. That's what changes everything. But we have to do it consistently enough to actually start inner spiritual conditioning. But guess what? The need has never been greater than it is today, period. We are a suffering society. And as soon as we surrender to God's peace, to God's spirit, that's the only time that we truly open up inside and allow him to cure us. And again, the practice of presence isn't about relief. It's about a cure. And once we can answer those 3 questions I talked about a little earlier, believe me, God will change all our lives from the inside. Here's what's important about number 1, the morning practice. It's a reminder, number 1, of what the real goal is. And the goal is one goal always, connecting with God's spiritual energy. It's about reminding us about inner conditioning. It's about reminding us about intention. Intention is so important because intention directs us inside. That's why when as we go into using the app in a few minutes, I'll explain more about it, but that means everything, intention. So listening to the beginning of the morning practice and then let it flow through until we get the alert that it's the end of the morning practice is so critical.